Okay, hi everyone. Today we're going to do question number 4. It is slightly different. So let's read the question and analyze how to answer this question. If you look at it, the length of 50 fishes in the pond are recorded in the table below. So you already got the total number of fishes here. So let's highlight this. Okay. Then let's look at the table. The table measures 0x is greater than 0, but it is lesser or equals to 5. So in other words, it's like 1 cm, 2 cm, 3 cm, 4 cm, and 5 cm. So it's up to 5 cm. So it's actually 1 to 5. So they have actually 10 number of fishes that are of this length. So it will read accordingly. So if you look at it, right, for example, maybe let's just take out this one. You have x is greater than 15, but it's actually lesser or equal to 20. That means to say, right, the length is actually greater than 15. So it has to be 16 cm, 17 cm, 18 cm, 19 cm, and 20 cm because it includes 20. So at this range, there are actually 18 number of fishes that are in this range. Okay, now if you understand the question, let's look at how to answer this question. So 2 fishes were actually chosen at random. So find the probability that both fishes chosen were longer than 5 cm, but it's less than or equals to 15 cm. Okay, so your criteria here is that it is longer than 5 cm, but less than or equals to 15 cm. So let's look at how to draw. So let's say x is actually longer than 5, so it has to be greater than 5 cm. If you look at it, it has to be greater than 5 cm, but it is actually lesser or equals to 15 cm. So this is what we want to get. So if you look at it, right, you want the values that greater than 5 here. Can you see? It's greater than 5. So but you don't want it to be up to, you want it up to 15. So it's actually 15 and 13 actually. So you are actually interested in this too. Okay, so you want both the fishes to be dead. So that means to say, right, this is actually a dependent event. Why is a dependent event? Because the fishes are not replaced. So if you take one fish on the first time, then the second one will have lesser by one fish. So therefore, this is dependent. So dependent means the total number of fishes in the second time will be lesser by 1. So let's look at how to answer this question. So now we look at the scenario. I've already worked out the question here. So if you look at it here, you already worked out just now, right? If you look at it, this part here, if you look at this part here, you already gotten the probability that you want, which is 5 greater than 5, x greater than 5 but lesser or equals to 15. So you have 28 number of fishes that in that range. So you want, yes, you want that 20, you want this, or either you don't get it at all. So y represents the fish that had this length, and no represents the fish that don't have this length. So for example, it would be so if you look at it, right, the total number of fishes is 50. So if, for example, the first fish that I went through, let's say the first fish that I went through, right, I will have 28 number of fishes because that's what the possible outcome, right? Out of 50, because there are total number of fishes that are 50. No is the one in the case where they don't have. So let's say this one. So here will be 28, right? And then here will be 22. Because how I get 22 is because these are the fishes that are in that range. And then because I don't want it to be in that range, so it will be 50 minus 28, I get 22 here. So this is the first round of it. Now, let's look at the second round. Remember, because they are dependent event, the second round would be lesser by 1. If you look at it, I put it all 49, 49, 49 because they are lesser by 1 fish. So now, if you had picked the fish that is required just now, you had picked the same one for the second one, then now, because the first one was already a yes, the second one would have lesser by 1. So therefore, it's 27. So here, you did not pick, if you pick the second one, which is a no, so you did not take anything from the first one, which is a no. So therefore, it would remain as 22 here. Because there are 22 number of n at the first place. This is at the first place. Okay, now the same thing as this one. So there are actually no number of required fish, number of required itu 22 out of 50, right? So what you have to do is you have to actually take because there are 22 here, here will be yes, so you have 28 here, so therefore 28, because you did not take anything from yes just now, you took it from no. So because the first one you took it from no, so it will be 22 minus 1, so it will be 21 here. So now you have worked out the probability. Now let's look at the outcome. So if the outcome is the first you take a yes and the second you take a yes, it'll be YY. First you take a yes and second was a no, it will be YN. And then subsequently NY and NN. Okay, so let's look at the question. What is it asking? So they want that both fishes were longer than 5 cm but less than 15 cm. That means both is a YY. So if they want both is a YY, then if you look at it, A equals to, probability of YY will be, I want this too, I want this, I basically want this. So how do I get that? I'll get 28 over 50 times 27 over 49. And then this will be my probability for the first question.